This movie is awesome. Anyone who hates it is mad that Marvel, a company, didn't give them what they wanted. Boo-hoo to them. I saw so many comments like this on Instagram and Twitter leading up to the movie that I was starting to believe Marvel was creating the Mozart of superhero movies. But I'd be surprised if anyone unironically likes this movie.
Boring!
Because aside from the 1.5-hour runtime, this is barely a movie. The Marvels is a disjointed mess that loosely connects 3 characters and 3 action scenes featuring every generic thing Marvel has ever done. A generic villain that appears and disappears in the same movie, long exposition dumps to explain an overly complicated plot that only exists because of fake science and weird magic, quippy and self-referential humor padding out scenes, even if it means that normal people need to stop at the face of danger and weirdness to make the classic Marvel joke. You know, oh, this is a bad guy. Oh, this looks bad. Oh, this is not normal. All characters going through a drastic personality change to fit Marvel's light humor mold. For example, Nick Fury, or whoever is inhabiting his skin, became an immature joke machine and a memory thing used as a bond mechanism between the characters. The overall plot is this. In the original Captain Marvel movie, the Captain destroyed the Kree's ruling AI, thinking this would stop their warmongering. But this plunged the Kree into a civil war. Their planet, Hala, is now starving for food, water, and for some reason, the sun above the planet is not shining anymore. This is not explained, but who cares? Darben, a Kree commander, wants to fix the sun, and to do so she needs the 2 quantum bracelets, and Kamala has one of these, because her grandma emailed it to her. In the meantime, she will steal resources from every planet Carol cares about. So let's go to the movie's first act. Monica, now an astronaut above Earth, and Captain Marvel somewhere in space, touch an abnormality in space. This interaction makes Mrs. Marvel, Captain Marvel, and Monica change places with one another every time they use powers. Well, sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't, and by the end of the movie it doesn't happen anymore. No explanations given. The swapping leads characters to fight in Kamala's house against Darben's soldiers, as well as in Darben's ship and Nick Fury's space station. After this action scene, the characters meet in Kamala's house and decide to work together to stop Darben, who's looking for Kamala's bangle. The introduction to the movie also introduces its main characteristic, which is that characters appear and disappear off scenes as they please, and this is on top of swapping places some of the times they use powers. Act 2. Kamala uses her powers again, and it makes her and Monica end up in Darben's ship somewhere. When she attacks them, Captain Marvel just appears, flying, and saves them. Are they on Earth, flying above Kamala's house? No, they are on some Skrull planet, because Darben and the rest of the characters just jump out of the ship, and the planet below them is being destroyed. By this point, you won't even know where you are, or who are these people, but you will be confused. The Skrulls were just poor refugees in Captain Marvel. But no, they were bad again on Secret Invasion, and they are poor refugees again in the Marvels. Anyhow, the team saves the Skrulls, and Valkyrie from Thor takes them away to a new home with the help of Bifrost. It is now when we learn about Darben's motivations and plans, as she's giving a speech in Hala. Back in the captain's ship, the team bonds through a classical memory-sharing device and a training montage. They realize that Darben will now attack an oceanic planet to steal their water. So they arrive to Alderaan, and it appears that Captain Marvel is married to the planet's prince for political reasons. A long dancing and singing scene ensues, and the 3 minutes Korean actor Park Seo-joon has in the movie concludes in the next action scene, because Darben's army appears to steal the water. How? I don't know, through her magical hammer that opens portals in space, and so she's gonna use the portal to swap the water to her planet, something like that, who knows. Because the scene ends rather quickly and we never know what happened to this planet. The Marvels fight and lose because of their swapping powers. 2 things to note. First, Kamala Khan, a 16-year-old girl, fought grown-ass alien soldiers with a magical scarf and won. Secondly, they were pursuing Darben on a ship and accidentally went through several space portals, therefore their ship crashed on a desert planet and they are apparently stranded. But it's meaningless, because they are back in Nick Fury's space station in the next scene. This is Act 3, the final assault. Darben wants the Earth sun. However, before that, and for some reason, the space station is blowing up. Basically, Fury's plan was letting the Flerkens eat the crew and then escaping in their single escape pod with the alien cats. It's as cringe as it sounds. Anyway, Darben appears with no army, and the girl power team just appears on her ship to easily beat her up. Through manipulation, though, she gets the bangles, uses their power, and evaporates. Kamala Khan still has powers, unusual things start appearing in space, and I don't understand any of this. Monica does, though. She has infinite levels of knowledge in quantum mechanics, quantum theories, and space physics, so she knows Darben opened a portal into a different reality. This super complex quantum conundrum has a super simple solution though, they just need to punch it really hard. So Mrs. Marvel and Captain Marvel infuse energy into Monica, and she closes the portal with powers. However, she ends up in another reality where in the post-credit scene, she meets the X-Men.
Wow.
Remember the X-Men? Do you want to see the movie now? On the other side, Captain Marvel uses her power to jumpstart Hala's son, therefore solving the movie's main issue in 1 minute. An hour ago, she was struggling to defeat random enemies, and they needed a whole explanation of swapping powers to justify Carol not defeating Darben in a second. By the end, Kamala's family gets Monica's family house, and she plays around with Captain Marvel. No one gives a fuck about Monica, but at least this movie is not woke, right?
You could say that.
Well, finally Kamala is the new Nick Fury, and she recruits Girl Hawkeye for a movie that will probably never happen. Best Marvel movie of Phase 4, says the Instagram account Brief of Marvel. Definitely not a bot. As well as hundreds of similar accounts posting across Marvel's social media. So good, oh my god, don't listen to the haters, we love Captain Marvel. It's hilarious that incels won't admit it was a solid movie. This movie turned out great. Instagram is no longer accurate on comments because everyone just hates and complains. Yes, complains. I seen this movie anyways, and it was a solid 8.5 out of 10. Pretty damn good. Well, I give it a 1 point out of 10. The 1 point is because Iman Vellani is cool. She is basically playing herself though. Just like in real life, she's a Brie Larson fan.
I thought I came on too strong. I definitely did. I gave him like a 5-page letter.
It's a lot when you're like, nice to meet you, here's a 54-page letter.
About what you can do better. Really well.
In the movie, she's a Captain Marvel fan. Okay. And I don't want to talk about this movie too much because it's just mediocre, but how is that possible? How is Mrs. Marvel a Captain Marvel fan? Because the events in Captain Marvel are secret. Carol Danvers' appearance in Endgame is very brief, and she doesn't live on Earth. Well, the answer is the same you can use on other events in the movie, because whatever. Why is one of these powerful quantum bracelets in Kamala's house and the other on the moon? Whatever. Why are characters swapping places? Whatever. Why did Captain Marvel not fix the sun before? Whatever. Most importantly, what is the reason to see this movie? Because it's neither fun nor funny. The plot doesn't make any sense. The villain is way too weak and one-dimensional. The heroes are way too powerful and easily beat the villain at every time. And the company itself just forgot what people wanted, while trying to promote movies with characters nobody wants, featuring the worst parts of their generic storytelling. Let me end like this. There's this anime show, Jujutsu Kaisen, where wizards fight curses. One of the heroes, Satoru Gojo, is broken. He is so powerful that he could solve any issue instantly, just like Captain Marvel can start a sun. He fixes most things, so in Season 2 the enemies had to devise a complex plan that used his confidence and power against him to defeat Gojo. This happened through several chapters of greatness that did not include nerfing him in any way. Instead, we saw the full scope of his power and understood how his ego, but also his humanity, got the best of him. So if anyone truly likes the Marvels, then I'd say these people are not watching good enough content, because Disney's long stream of trash tier content has set the bar very low. Goodbye friends, thank you for watching, subscribe, hit the like button and keep the comment section
Civilized.